Welcome to Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show presented by the great folks at COMC, Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. And we've got an old friend with us on the show today. It's Ricky Smith. He's the assistant director of the Shootout. Formerly with us here at Lake TV, one of the main reasons, along with Andrew Evans and William Holtz, that Lake TV is what it is today. So thank you for coming by and joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
You bet. Are you enjoying life with the Shootout?
Oh, it's different, but yes, I'm definitely enjoying it. So It's been a lot of fun and a lot of learning here, especially with offshore this past year.
Yeah, no kidding. You add the whole race, that whole new offshore race. So you guys really have not had time to breathe much in the last few months. Once you found out that you were taking over what used to be Lake Race, now offshore. How did that go the first year?
It went great. Yeah, we learned some stuff about it. We're taking some things back to the drawing board for next year. We're working on date for next year, so hopefully we'll be able to announce that by the time the Shootout happens this year. We're hoping so in the next week or so, once you guys see this. But we learned lots. It was successful. So we're gonna do it again next year and grow from it. So
fantastic. It's weird because it's a boat race, but it's completely different from the Shootout.
Yep.
So it's not like you can do the exact same thing both races. It's completely different. So it's great that it went as well as it did the first year. And then, things will probably just get easier and easier.
Yep, the Shootout's been going for 35 years. It's a well-oiled machine, so you can kind of just rinse and repeat. We've added some stuff with the Shootout. We'll probably do the same thing with offshore. But, yep, the volunteers were great. They were flexible, and we appreciate everyone. Camden on the Lake and Shady Graders was a great host out there. We're looking forward to year 2 of that sometime in June next year. So just be watching for that date.
And that works basically the same way as the Shootout does. The money's raised goes to charities.
Yep.
You have a lot of volunteers working the races to earn those charity money. So that's such a great way of putting on it. Not a whole lot of time in between races.
Nope.
So the offshore gets done the first week of June, and you're jumping right in to get ready for the big Shootout.
Yep.
So it's not like a whole lot of downtime.
Nope, it wasn't a lot of downtime. We had a couple events even in between. The trap shoot, which is in its 3rd year, went great. Then we'll also float your boat. This would be its 3rd, 4th year, kind of depending on, we had to take a year off with COVID on that one.
Yeah.
But, that's grown a lot. So, we didn't have much time to prep, and now here we are, about ready to do
it. Every year it's like, it's here, it's on us, and it's like, what are you talking? It's late August already. It's kind of crazy.
The way the calendar falls, it's a little bit earlier this year, and date-wise. So a few days earlier. So definitely not as much time. Even without offshore to prep.
Yeah, and you talk about the trap shootout for the Shootout. I think is what, and some people haven't heard of that because it's one of the newer events that you do. But it is skeet shooting, trap shooting.
Yep. Sporting clays. There's different stations and different styles where they shoot the clay pigeon thing up in the air, and then you got your traditional trap shooting out there. So
how cool is that?
Yeah, our sporting clays have been basically full the first 3 years we've been doing it. The trap shoot's been added last year, and it's growing on that. So just giving people a different option: do sporting clays in the morning and then do the trap shoot in the afternoon. So
how about that? Yeah. So that's done for this year, but next year, put that on your calendar to do that same thing for float your boat, right?
Yep.
And that's always fun. I like that thing.
Yeah, build your own cardboard boats out of it with cardboard and duct tape, basically. There's a few other little things in there.
Yeah. And again, that one's done for this year too, but look at that for next year because that thing is so much fun. So Shootout week coming next week, and that's the really busy, huge week. Still some things going on, like this weekend, we've got the mini Shootout.
Correct, yep.
Right, and so what is the mini Shootout for those that don't know?
Mini Shootout is basically RC boats going across, from the little RC boats to...
That's remote-controlled boats, right?
Yeah, remote-controlled boats,
Okay.
Just zipping across the water. There's some those RC boats that go 100 miles an hour across there. So, it starts Friday night. We got registration, and people can come down, see the boats, talk to the drivers and stuff on Friday night down to Ha Tonka State Park, the Springs area.
Okay.
So it starts at 5 o'clock, go about 5 to 7, 8 o'clock on Friday night. Okay. And then we got the races that start down there on Saturday morning around 8:30. They'll be going all day at noon. the junior class, kids 12 and under, can run their boats for free, and it's a great learning for them and get into it. We got a bunch of local kids and people coming from outside the area.
Yeah, people come from like all over the country for this,
well,
right?
And even we had a person from Canada last year that came down and did it. So, it's, international on it. So
yeah, how about that?
It's a great event. So, yeah, all day Saturday, then most of the day Sunday out there at Tonka State Park. You can park up in the parking lot by the post office area and ride a shuttle bus down, especially on Saturday, and most of Sunday because the parking lot down there is full.
Yeah.
And then Sunday afternoon, we do a awards ceremony.
What a great weekend. And that kind of, you have other events that have already happened, but that is kind of the thing that kicks off Shootout week every year.
Yep.
That mini Shootout the weekend before. And then you get into things like the Hall of Fame dinner, which is next Tuesday, and then you've got the big party on the strip kind of thing. We're going to talk about all of that as we get ready for Shootout week coming next week. Ricky Smith, the assistant director of the Shootout, with us. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission. If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the Shootout. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Download the free Lake TV app.
Welcome back to Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show. We're getting ready for the Shootout. Coming next week already, it's Ricky Smith, our old friend. He is the assistant director of the Shootout. So we've had a few events already, just kind of leading up to it. Of course, next week, the big week. And it kind of kicks off this weekend with a mini Shootout.
Right.
But next Tuesday, the Hall of Fame dinner, which is so much fun. A bunch of Hall of Famers coming together, the who's who of the boating world, really. And who are our new Hall of Famers this year?
So we got 5 new Hall of Famers going into this year. First one is Scott Franzen. He is the current fire chief of Bibb County Fire Protection District. He's basically been involved in the Shootout ever since it started, from the fire rescue side of things. So great. He needed to be in there, so I'm glad we got him in there. So that's number one. Second is, his name's Jim Schultz. He's the owner of Factory Bullet. If you remember last year, he ran the fastest B-bottom ever across the water. So he's been involved in the Shootout for a long time too. And then we got Matt Trulio, who's Speed on the Water. He's been a magazine writer for Speed on the Water and some other places for a long time, covering the Shootout and other things. So another deserving person, been giving us a bunch of great coverage. And then Ed Grimm, who's one of our tech inspectors. He's basically down there in the docks, checking out the boats, making sure they're safe, classify them in the different areas and motors and everything. So he's been involved for a long time. And then last one is Frank Scarpino. A lot of people might know him, but if you ever perked out the Shootouts for Ron's, when it first started, just a couple of years ago when he retired and moved to Florida, he was the main parking guy who did a lot. And so he got that foundation started there. So
nice. 5
great deserving people. Be out there at the Lighthouse in Sunrise Beach. Information's on the website. Hopefully we still have some tickets available left. Public's invited to attend. It's $50 per person to attend. You get a great dinner from Angela's Catering.
Oh, so good.
It's great, and then you can see the ceremony too. So like everything, go check out the website and you can get your tickets and come on out. It's a fantastic place. It's a glorified man cave.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's really cool. You can even climb up to the light tower.
Yeah, the weather's good. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. And then keep in mind, in coming weeks and months here on Lake TV, you can see the interviews with the new Hall of Famers as they were inducted into the Shootout Hall of Fame. So you didn't grow up here at the lake. You grew up in the Kansas City area.
Correct.
Have you always been a boat guy? Or
No, never really been much of a boat guy till it's down here. But been down here 11 years now, and got our own tri-tune, get out in the water. So it's learning more and more in some of these fast boats. I'm learning.
Boy, there's
more
a
and more.
lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn. So
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think even the people who are in the know, they're still learning stuff all the time.
Yeah, but like everything, technology is advancing and different things going along. Even got the electric boats out there.
That's right. Yeah.
The electric boats are going over 100 miles an hour now.
So what is the funnest part of your job?
In the end, the best part of my job is giving the monies back to the charities at the end of the year.
There you go.
That's what makes it all worth it. Why we do everything and try to raise as much money as possible, watch the cost on things so we can give as much money back to the charities as possible. We have a big goal for this year. We did $675,000 last year.
Yeah.
We want to do even more this year. Offshore was a great start to that, but we got some more new and exciting sponsors on this year. Monster Energy's on board with us. That's a huge thing. They did some stuff with us last year, but they stepped up to the plate big time this year, and we're working on some other deals right now with some sponsors that.
So great, man.
Yeah.
What is the worst part of your job?
And the worst part, and the next event we may talk about, is the street party on Wednesday. Of course, last year it was over 100 degrees and we're standing out there on the strip all day on the asphalt and everything. It was brutal. Don't get me wrong, it's a great party in then, but
it gets a little warm.
Being out there for 17, 18 hours during the day in that heat, and then continuing on the next days,
It's not like you get to stay home and sleep the next day.
Nope, it just continues to go on.
So the Shootout Hall of Fame induction thing is Tuesday night. That's next Tuesday, and then the strip party on the strip is Wednesday.
Yep, presented by Waves and Wheels. They've been a great partner. Not much has really changed down there. It'll be 5 to 10 o'clock down there in the strip. We'll have parking below the dam at the old campground parking lot, and also this year we're hopefully going to be adding parking at the gravel parking lot at HH and Horseshoe Bend, because we have a lot of people, just the amount of people parked there. Will just be a park and walk from there, but we have shuttle service down beneath the dam. So
how many people squeeze in there? Any idea?
The best estimates are about 25,000 people that come down there.
Wow.
So, and even in the heat last year, at 10 o'clock when we were about ready to have boats leave last year, there were still people walking the other way. We're like, the party's kind of over.
Kind of wrapping up here, folks.
Yeah, but hey,
it's hard to kick them out, though. They want to be there. And the race broadcasters this year, the same as in years past?
Yep. Rod Smith will be there and Bob Teague will be there. We're going to be having some others helping fill in there too. Brad Harrington, who's on the offshore broadcast, is a new board member with Shootout and helping us out a lot with broadcast. He's got a lot of knowledge along with Bob and Rod and things, and we're going to have some other people maybe fill in just from time to time, like kind of we do. But
give them a break, right?
Give them a break. It's a long,
go have a soda, go to the restroom, and
it's a long day being on there. Only little short breaks.
What goes on, and we're down to our last minute and a half, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
How do you keep all of that stuff straight? Because there's like 100 different categories, 1 million different boats. That's hard to keep up with.
And we're had a great system that Diana Dorhauer has used for years. It's kind of got out of date. Our great friend Ken Lawler is helping us out with a new system to help have real-time results. I hope it's up on the app. Hope it's not. That's what he said. So hoping I'm not speaking out of turn on that. But we've had a great program, keep it all in place, and we've kind of tweaked the categories a little bit to kind of give a little more competition, and then add the electric boats when they came in. So Diana does a great job keeping that all straight, and along with Ed, who's been one of the main people doing the inspections.
We had Diana on Spotlight Show, and I couldn't even keep up with what she's got going on.
Oh, she's got a lot. Yeah, we kind of let her do. She takes care of that whole registration and stuff, and we take care. Yeah, it's a great group of board members, great groups of volunteers. So appreciate them. It's going to be another great year.
It takes a village, doesn't it? It takes a lot of people.
We had over 900 different volunteers last year, and I can't remember, it was like 7,000 to 8,000 volunteer hours last year. So
down to our last couple of seconds. If people want to get more information, how do they get that?
Best thing is LakeOftheOzarksShootout.com. Go check out the website. Facebook page has a bunch of information, Instagram and things. So go check that out and see how you can watch the races and come on down.
There you go. All right, Ricky Smith, the Shootout, here it comes. Thanks for joining us for Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show.